A lot of people get stuck in this belief of, okay, I've read all the books, I've done my research, I know that it's possible to use a mind-body approach to break free from pain. But then there's this lingering doubt that says something like, but is it going to work for me, right? Because there's this thought, maybe I've had symptoms for a long time, or maybe my symptoms are really complicated, or maybe I have a really complicated emotional history that I feel like I'm in this quagmire. I don't know that I can find my way out. So first off, I just want you to know you are not alone in this belief. Literally all of my clients and myself had the same exact thought. What if it can work for other people? I've seen the testimonials. It worked for others. It's worked for me. It's worked for my clients. But this fear of what if it won't work for me? And I know what it feels like to be stuck in pain. I know what it feels like to go from doctor to doctor and feel like nothing is working. So I completely understand that frustration and this thought of, is this one more thing, right? Is this one more thing that's not going to work? So here's the thing. No matter how long you've had symptoms, no matter what degree of complexity or configuration of symptoms you've had, they're at the very base level. Your nervous system is like everyone else's. So no matter how many stresses, how many shocks it's taken, no matter how that physicality of the symptoms that you're experiencing, no matter what has happened for you up until this point, at the very basic level, you have a nervous system that's pretty much exactly the same as everyone else, which means the same path out of pain that has worked for others, that you've seen work for others, will also work for you. So it's really up to you to think about, what do I choose to believe? Because our beliefs are choices. Do I choose to believe, hey, I'm too complicated and it's not going to work, which means I'm going to stay stuck in pain? Or do I choose to believe this can work and I'm not staying stuck in pain? So when you're in a place of knowing, okay, mind body works, I know that I'm having this fear. What is this fear actually? The fear is actually part of the pain cycle itself. Because keep in mind, the objective, how your brain and nervous system use pain, is to communicate danger. And one of the things that the brain likes the least is change. Even if it's a change that you really want, even if it's a change you're really excited about, there's part of your brain that if it can't use predictive coding to use the past patterns to understand what it's going to happen, there's this uncomfort in it. So what's happening here is that your brain is actually using the pain cycle to keep you in that thought of, what if it can work for everybody else, but it can't work for me? So your nervous system is just like everyone else's nervous system. And this is why this process, this path out of pain, is a little bit different for everyone within this proven framework of the pain-free freedom method. So there are 3 big steps here. Number 1, changing which neural pathways are lit up. So again, at that physiological level, our brains, everyone's brain, is constantly rewiring itself all of the time, whether we are intentionally doing it or not. And so when we're getting out of that pain cycle, that's when we bring that intentionality and consciousness, awareness to what thoughts am I cultivating, knowing that each thought, each feeling, each emotion, each sensation in the body is corresponding with neural pathways that are lit up in the brain. Number 2, healing the nervous system. So this is not about, okay, I can never ever get triggered, because we're humans and we're going to get triggered. But it's about harnessing this flexibility within your system, that even if you do become triggered, you have the tools to be able to bring yourself back into rest and digest. And then the third piece of this is really this emotional reprocessing. For the vast majority of people that I work with, in my experience, I did not have a book cure. If you've been in the mind-body world, you've probably heard enough, oh, somebody read this book and then miraculously they had no more pain, right? I was not one of those. I was someone who had suppressed emotional pain. Most of my clients, same story, where there are all of these factors that become baked into our personality that we actually start to think of as ourselves. Like, I'm a perfectionist. I'm someone who worries. I am a people pleaser, right? All of these things that we can unwind together to release the brain and the nervous system from this pattern of danger. So it's really up to you if you choose to believe, okay, I know that I can get out of pain. I know no matter how severe my symptoms are, no matter how long I've had them. And personally, I was in constant chronic pain for 6.5 years, every single moment of every single day. And I had my first pain-free moment within 5 weeks of really investing myself in this work. So if it's possible for me, if it's possible for my clients, it is also possible for you. So you get to decide right now, do I believe that it's too complicated, or my case is too complicated, or my symptoms are too severe and I'm going to stay stuck in pain? Or you decide, heck no, if it worked for somebody else, it's going to work for me. If it worked for Rose, it can work for me. And if that's the case, if you want to take that second route into breaking free from pain fast, I want to invite you to DM me the word freedom so I can send you some personalized next steps on how you can make this process work for you. So if you are completely new to Mind Body, I want you to DM me the word new. And if you are familiar with Mind Body, maybe you've heard about it, maybe you've read some books, maybe you've tried some techniques and it feels like it's just not quite working for you yet, I want you to DM me the word freedom now. Sending you so much love and so much light on your journey.